There are people who come in your life sometimes to be there for a season. They weren't meant to be there always. Sometimes we find ourselves hooked up with people that we think are there for a lifetime, but they were only supposed to be there for a season. There are people who come in your life like boosters for a rocket. If you ever watch a rocket go into space, the boosters fall off when it reaches a certain altitude.
So picture this. Prince Harry, the once celebrated Duke of Sussex, is seen boarding a last-minute private jet to the UK. His face pale, shoulders slumped, phone gripped tightly like a lifeline. But this wasn't a scheduled visit. This wasn't a family reunion. This was full-blown damage control. Why? Because Tyler Perry, yes, that Tyler Perry, Hollywood mogul, media tycoon, and godfather to Harry and Meghan's daughter, just dropped a bombshell. A hidden tape never meant to be seen. Recorded months ago during their stay at Perry's Beverly Hills mansion, had now been partially leaked to the public. And it wasn't just gossip. This tape was real, raw, and damning. What was meant to be a private moment of reflection became a public unraveling of the royal couple's facade. And for Harry, it wasn't just embarrassing. It was existential. The clip detonated across the internet, and within hours, the prince was on a plane, alone. No Meghan, no kids, just a man caught in a storm he never saw coming. A storm unleashed by someone he once trusted most. And what exactly was in this so-called private tape that sent Harry into a tailspin? Just a few seconds of Meghan Markle blowing the royal fairy tale to pieces. In the leaked snippet, Meghan is caught on camera referring to her Duchess title as the most expensive leash I've ever worn. Think about that. The very title she once defended, now described as a symbol of control and confinement. But it gets worse, much worse, with a tone dripping in sarcasm and resentment. She's allegedly heard saying, if Harry wants to run back to his crown and his corgis, let him. I'm done babysitting a prince with no kingdom. And just like that, boom, mic drop heard around the world. Within 90 seconds, Meghan didn't just express frustration, she publicly dismantled the man she once claimed to have left everything for. As the clip spread like wildfire across social media, Harry didn't wait for damage control teams, press briefings, or carefully crafted spin. No, he acted on pure panic. By the next morning, paparazzi caught him at LAX looking like a man who hadn't slept in days, disheveled, anxious, and alone. One hand clutching a carry-on, the other furiously refreshing his phone, probably watching his world collapse in real time. And within hours, he was in the air. A last-minute private jet chartered to London Heathrow. No Meghan, no children, no entourage. Just Prince Harry, stripped of his shine, racing back to a royal family he had once walked away from. Not for a wedding, not for a funeral, but for damage control. For some kind of reconciliation, or maybe just survival, because this wasn't just a PR hiccup. This was a full-blown identity crisis. The man who gave up the crown now found himself running straight back to the kingdom, not for love or duty, but to stop the bleeding. But here's the twist no one saw coming. The royal family already knew. Before the internet even caught wind of the leaked footage, before the hashtag started trending, King Charles and Prince William had already seen it. Why? Because Tyler Perry, in a move that has everyone scratching their heads, gave them a private heads up. That's right, the man who once opened his mansion to Harry and Meghan, who stood by them when the palace turned cold, decided to flip the script. And whether it was out of respect, revenge, or just a perfectly timed PR chess move, Perry made sure the royals weren't blindsided this time. And their reactions? Icy, controlled, deadly. Insiders say Charles was deeply saddened, which in palace speak might as well mean furious, but wearing a velvet mask. And William? He didn't hold back. According to one aide, he told his staff, he made his bed in California. Let him lie in it. No more bridges, no more brotherly grace. For the royals, this tape wasn't just messy, it was confirmation. Confirmation that Harry's house of cards is collapsing, and they've stopped trying to save it. And while the internet screamed, while Harry scrambled and the royals stood stone-faced, Meghan said nothing. Not a tweet, not a filtered Instagram story, not even a tabloid close source whispering her side of the story. Just silence. And that silence, it was deafening, because Meghan Markle, the woman who has built a personal brand on controlling the narrative, suddenly disappeared from it entirely. No rebuttal, no spin, no statement about being misunderstood or taken out of context. Nothing. And in Hollywood, silence is never just silence. It's strategy. It's distancing. And insiders say that's exactly what she's doing, letting Harry take the full brunt of the blast. No tulip-buying paparazzi strolls, no subtle Vogue placement, just radio silence. And that quiet, it spoke louder than any press release ever could. Because for the first time in their public saga, Meghan didn't leap to defend Harry. She vanished. When Harry's jet touched down in London, there was no royal convoy, no press waiting with cameras, no warm reunion. Just a cold, quiet arrival under gray skies and long lenses watching from the shadows. But what made the moment truly chilling was where he didn't go. Not Clarence House, not Kensington Palace. Instead, Harry checked into a private royal estate, far from his family. And why? Because there's no warm welcome waiting. Prince William is reportedly still ignoring his texts. King Charles may have answered a call or two, but insiders say he made one thing crystal clear. There will be no more crisis meetings, no more last-minute forgiveness tours. The palace, usually so diplomatic and polished, has gone full ghost mode. No public statement, not even a vague line like, "The Duke is visiting privately." The same family that once stood together for optics during Queen Elizabeth's funeral now isn't even pretending. For the first time, Harry is truly on his own, and the silence he's met with isn't just awkward, it's final. And then we get to the man at the center of it all, Tyler Perry, Hollywood titan, billionaire filmmaker, godfather to Harry and Meghan's daughter, now possibly their biggest liability, because Perry isn't denying the leak. When asked about the clip's authenticity, he didn't pull the usual celebrity no comment or "it's been taken out of context" line. No, he reportedly said, "Sometimes the truth speaks for itself." That wasn't just confirmation. That was a declaration, a message. And it left people wondering, why would someone who once sheltered them, protected them, stand by them, suddenly turn on them? Insiders say Perry felt used. After giving them refuge, opening his home, becoming family, Meghan allegedly kept pressing him for favors, industry connections, and name drops. And Perry, he doesn't play that game. He built his empire from scratch, brick by brick, not through clout or celebrity leverage. So when the vibe turned transactional and the calls felt more like requests than relationships, Perry made a move. Not for revenge, but for clarity. He hit record, and now the world sees what he saw. The curtain is gone, and so is his loyalty. And once that tape hit the internet, it wasn't just the palace turning cold, the world followed. Social media, once flooded with hashtags like "Protect Harry" and "Sussex Strong," took a dark, sharp turn. The clip of Meghan calling him a prince with no kingdom was stitched into TikToks, layered with dramatic violin music, captions like "He gave up everything for this," and brutal comments. Imagine selling your soul for someone who sees you as a backup plan. Even longtime supporters, people who once defended Harry against the monarchy, started pulling back. The narrative had flipped. This wasn't poor Harry anymore. This was grown man, grown choices. And sympathy? It has an expiration date. And Harry's just hit it. Because now he's not seen as the rebel prince who broke free. He's the guy who walked away from everything and might have no one left on either side. Back in 2020, the royals were caught off guard, blindsided by Oprah interviews, explosive memoirs, and media ambushes from across the Atlantic. But now, they're ready. This time when Harry landed in London, the palace didn't blink. No public acknowledgement, no rushed crisis meetings, not even a press line confirming his visit. Just a wall of silence, cold, calculated, and impenetrable. According to sources, King Charles has made it clear, no more summits, no more performative forgiveness. William, he's completely checked out. No responses, no olive branches. Harry didn't even go to see them. Instead, he retreated to a distant royal estate, miles away from the family that once embraced him. And the message is clear. You made your choice. Now live with it. And now, with the dust settling and the world watching, Harry is standing in the ashes of everything he once believed in. And he's alone. No royal backing, no public support, and perhaps most devastating of all, no sign that Meghan is standing beside him. The fairy tale they sold of soulmates escaping the crown for love and freedom has crumbled. The leaked tape didn't just expose Meghan's frustration or Perry's betrayal, it exposed Harry's deepest fear. That he may have jumped ship without a lifeboat. That in chasing freedom, he lost his family, his legacy, and now, maybe even his marriage. And this time, there's no Vogue interview to fix it, no Netflix deal to spit it, just silence. Meghan's vanished. The palace has gone ghost. And Tyler Perry? He already delivered the final blow. What's left is a man who once walked away from royalty, now realizing he might not be welcome back anywhere. The Sussex brand is on life support, and even his most loyal defenders have stepped back. Sympathy has run out, the narrative has flipped, and Harry, the once rebel prince, is now the cautionary tale, not of betrayal by others, but of a man who gave up everything, only to discover he may have nothing left.